Toyota says they cost Kyle Busch a chance at his third championship, and Larry McReynolds gives his thoughts on why the All-Star race moved. Let's talk about it. Coming up next. What is going on, everybody? Hope you are doing good today. All right, TRD President David Wilson has given his thoughts on the Kyle Busch playoff debacle where there were back-to-back, basically two blown engines for Toyota. Let's take a look at his quote from Dustin Long here. Toyota Racing Development's David Wilson feels remorseful of the engine failures that eliminated Kyle Busch from the playoffs. Wilson explains what caused the failures. NASCAR Toyota boss, we cost Kyle Busch a shot at his third championship. So what is interesting to me there is that Toyota has come out and said, hey, it's on us that Kyle Busch did not advance in the playoffs, and that, you know, Joe Gibbs and the organization that he actually races for has not come out and made a statement. I think that's interesting on a couple of counts. First off, Toyota, they make the engines. They're taking responsibility for the issue, but for Joe Gibbs not to come out and say something, I'm not throwing fuel onto the fire of the conspiracy, but the people who think that Joe Gibbs Racing, you know how NASCAR is, everybody's got a conspiracy. The people that think Joe Gibbs Racing is sending Kyle Busch off on purpose like this, it adds fuel to that fire, especially because Joe Gibbs Racing didn't make an announcement. Once again, they should have coincided with Toyota, the manufacturer, and made an announcement. They both should have said basically the same thing at the same time, but it just adds fuel to that fire, that sort of controversy, that conspiracy theory, if you will, that Kyle Busch is getting the shaft because he announced he's going to Chevrolet. And it also adds fuel to the fire that Toyota wanted to keep Kyle Busch, but maybe Joe Gibbs didn't necessarily want to keep Kyle Busch. There are a lot of people that think that. And it also is going to add a little bit of fuel to that fire. To me, personally, I think it is just bad luck. We have seen other teams have back-to-back engine failures. Kyle Larson had back-to-back engine failures this year too. So I'm really not thinking that it was on purpose or anything like that. And I don't think that Toyota cost Kyle Busch a chance necessarily. I mean, it's just bad luck. It happened at the worst possible time it could happen, but we did see almost the exact same thing happen to Kyle Larson earlier in the season where he had back-to-back engine failures for Chevrolet. So it's one of those things that happens. It's just happened to Kyle Busch at the absolute worst possible time it could have happened. But interesting that TRD came out and made some comments, and Joe Gibbs Racing did not. All right, moving right along, Larry McReynolds had some comments about the All-Star race that I found very interesting. This is a little bit older article. I missed it, but somebody sent it to me and wanted me to talk about it, so I'm going to talk about it here today. Let's take a look at what his quote was. This is from John Newby at The Heavy. Larry McReynolds said, "The reason we tried everything is we're trying to put a Band-Aid on something that needed surgery. The mile and a half. The All-Star race to me at a mile and a half racetrack was a dying breed. If we kept doing that, again, my humble opinion, it also made me believe that the new TV contract that comes out, the All-Star race, was probably going to go away. It was not doing anything whatsoever." So there you go. First off, he mentioned the mile and a half, and he said the mile and a half racetrack is just not a good racetrack to put on an all-star race. This pretty much echoes what most fans have been saying for a long time. They're tired of so many mile and a half tracks that I think when you get to the all-star race, you have to have a racetrack that people want to see the race at, hence North Wilkesboro in this particular situation. The other thing he brought up there was the TV contracts, the TV money. They have to, because the TV contracts are up for negotiation here, they have to hit a home run here with the All-Star race if they want to keep it on TV. And not just TV, but keep it on network TV so it doesn't go to USA or another cable network for that. So in that particular situation, they have to hit it out of the park. So they go with North Wilkesboro. North Wilkesboro, a smaller track. It's going to be a sellout no matter what, either way. So the optics of it are going to look really good. I think the traffic is going to be a problem, but on TV, you're not going to see the traffic be a problem. So I think they opted with North Wilkesboro here, and he said that. And basically the fact that he threw the mile and a half tracks under the bus and saying that this is basically a last-ditch Hail Mary effort to save the All-Star race to keep it on network TV, I thought that was very interesting. I thought that was a bright, wide-open look into sort of some behind the scenes of what's going on, because typically NASCAR just gives us this PC, hey, everything's good, everything's great, everything's doing good, But this is a rare moment where you actually get to see that the All-Star race was failing ratings-wise, and Larry Mack go ahead and telling you that it was failing, and so they had to basically throw a Hail Mary here with North Wilkesboro to keep it going. All right, that's all I got for you today. If you made it this far, feel free to subscribe down below, and hopefully I earned that subscription. It helps out the channel a whole lot, and I really do appreciate all of you guys that are already subscribed. If you got a comment, question, or anything like that, leave it in the comment section. I get to as many of them as I can. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.